welcome to Live Interactive English, everyone. Hello, I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And here we are, back with Agatha and Wilson, our two favorite shoppers. They are shopping at a department store. Yesterday was pretty successful. They got the clip-on drop earrings for Agatha, and then Wilson was even luckier, wasn't he?
Yes, because he picked out his shoes, but he doesn't have to pay for them.
That's right.
The bank of mom and dad, aka mom and dad, will come over and help him buy later.
True, and even, actually not even luckier, but just before that, they had the shoes in his size.
Yes, they
And
did.
sometimes you have to wait, you know, they might, oh, we don't have them, come back in 3 days, or sometimes they're just like, nope, sold out, so getting shoes in the right size on your first try, that's always a nice little bit of luck. Today, in part 2, we are going to be staying in the department store, doing a few other things. And the department store, of course, is a great place to go shopping, a great place to find lots of different stuff. I usually go around Christmas time because you're buying different things for different people, and you can usually find a lot of things in one place, so it's convenient. But another nice time, especially in Taiwan, is the summertime. Go to the department store, the air conditioning is free, you can walk around, you can do some window shopping, and actually we have a lot of other reasons now to go to department stores, don't we?
Yes, and so you might go again for the shopping part of it, of course, or just to get out of the heat, but also it's a great place if you're hungry. There's always really good food. There's like a huge food court, but there could be restaurants, there could be little stands and shops with little snacks. So whether you want to actually sit down and have a full meal at a restaurant, or you just want to grab some bubble tea, it's all there, and you don't even have to leave.
Exactly right, and it can be nice and cool when the weather outside is hot or cold or whatever. It's nice to be in a department store for a few hours. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go shopping at the department store. Part 3, we're going to be checking out a sale. After leaving the footwear section, Wilson and Agatha discover a sale.
Hey, look! There's up to 70% off winter clothing.
Yeah. Coats and sweaters are usually on sale around this time of year. Everyone's looking ahead to the summer.
Well, I think we should take advantage of this. Before we know it, it'll be cold again, and we'll be wishing we had bought something.
Good point. Hey, I like that sweater. It's pretty cool.
I agree. Maybe you've got a better eye for fashion than I thought.
How much is it?
It's a bargain. I'm gonna try it on.
All right, so yes, shopping at a department store, part 2 starts now. Our first section, checking out a sale. Ooh, this is a good time to go. You mentioned department stores can be a little bit more expensive than other stores. So if you can check out or go to see what is on sale or what is being there, sold in the store at a lower than normal price, that's good. They might have a sale after Christmas to get rid of stuff. They might have a Chinese New Year's sale, a summer sale. Often when the seasons change, right? The store will get new clothes. They got to get rid of the old stuff. The prices will be lower. A good time to visit. So after leaving the footwear section, where Wilson got his shoes, remember? Wilson and Agatha discover a sale. And it's not too hard. There'll be big signs up all over the place. 20% off, 10% off, half price, buy one, get one free, that kind of thing. So Agatha notices something.
Yes, and so Agatha says, hey, look, there's up to 70% off winter clothing.
70%?
Yes, that's a very big sale. So my guess is that it's after winter. That's usually a time when you are starting to sell winter clothes very cheap, is when you don't need them anymore.
Exactly right. So if you can really plan ahead and buy the things for next winter, in the springtime, that can be a really good thing to do. Of course, you can still buy the winter stuff later, but it'll be more expensive in the fall. So this is a good idea. And Wilson says, yeah, coats and sweaters winter clothes, are usually on sale around this time of year, of course, in the spring. Everyone's looking ahead to the summer. So as soon as they get rid of enough of these winter clothes, they'll bring in the shorts and the t-shirts and the swimming suits and all the summer stuff. But they need space, so big sales will get some of that old stuff out the door.
Yes, and Agatha is thinking kind of smartly about this.
I should do this more.
Yes, me too. Yeah. She says, well, I think we should take advantage of this. Take advantage of this sale on winter clothes. Before we know it, it'll be cold again and we'll be wishing we had bought something.
Exactly.
And yeah, very soon after summer, then fall, and then winter again, and you'll need warm clothes again. So yeah, if you can plan ahead, you can save some money.
There you go. You'll buy it now. Of course, put it away for the summer, but then when the fall and the winter come, you will have this nice new thing that was cheaper. So Wilson says, good point. That was a good suggestion, a good idea Agatha had there. And then pointing, so he's showing what he's looking at and talking about. He says, hey, I like that sweater. It's pretty cool. So he thinks the design of this sweater is very nice. It's attractive. It is a good-looking piece of clothing.
Yes, and Agatha says, I agree. Maybe you've got a better eye for fashion than I thought. Meaning, maybe you actually kind of can tell what looks cool and what doesn't. And maybe she didn't think he had the best style before, but you surprised her. And Agatha looks at the tag on the sweater because, again, she's the one that's kind of keeping track of what's going on with prices. So she checks it and sees what's going on.
There you go. We can look at the tag, look at the price tag. That's the actual little piece of paper that has that number on it. You can also just say, I looked at the price. It doesn't have to be on a tag. It can be on a sticker, whatever. But she just wants to know, how much? How much is it? That's what Wilson asks her. What will I have to spend to get it? And also, you know, kind of the idea here is how much can I save by buying it now, right? If it's really expensive normally, I might get it very cheap. Hopefully.
Yes, and Agatha says, it's a bargain. I'm gonna try it on. So she thinks it's within her price range. She wants to try it on, see if she likes it.
Okay, so absolutely something they both like, and Agatha thinks it's a bargain, and so does Wilson. A bargain being something that is a very good price for what you are getting. Generally, we use this for something that is on sale, maybe at a lower than normal price, or if it's something you've never seen before and you kind of have an idea in your mind of what that thing should cost, and then you, wow, it's a lot less than I expected. It's a really good bargain. So what he's saying here, or what we say when we say it's a bargain, is it's a much lower price for quite a good thing, something I would expect to be more expensive. We can also use bargain, right, as a verb when you sort of talk about the price and try to get the price to go a little bit lower. But here it's a noun, so when we say it's a bargain, it's good quality for a low price. For example, Sabrina loves going shopping and looking for bargains. So if there's a big sale on at the store, you'll probably find Sabrina there alongside Wilson and Agatha.
Yes.
And maybe you and me.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, guys, we're going to take a break because I'm getting hungry.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要继续来看2段关于百货公司购物的对话。离开卖鞋区之后 ，Wilson 和 Agatha 发现了特价商品。那么冬季服饰最高有到3折的折扣。Wilson 就提到，每年这时候啊，外套跟毛衣通常都在特价，已经算是过季商品了。那每个人都在期待夏天了。Agatha 认为应该好好利用这一点，先把明年的冬季衣物买起来，可以省下一笔钱诶。那就在这时候，他们看上一件毛衣。Agatha 看见这个毛衣上面的标价，发现很划算，她打算要试穿一下。好，单字 bargain 当名词就可以指便宜货或者是折价品。那刚刚说期待夏天，文中它是用 look ahead， 这是指展望未来或者是做长远打算的意思。后面可以接 to 加名词。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。 这边要介绍的是 take advantage of 的意思及用法。首先，第一个，当受词是事物的时候，可以表达善用、利用某事物，或者是趁什么什么之际。例如 ，We took advantage of the nice weather and went for a walk。我们趁着好天气去散步。那第二个，当受词是人的时候，可以表达利用某人、占某人便宜，这时候会带有负面的意思。例如 ，You should never take advantage of others。你绝对不该占别人便宜。好，接回课文中。
Wilson and Agatha go to the food court.
Do you want to get something from the European deli counter? It's full of delicious meats and cheeses.
Agatha, I'm a vegan. There'll be no meats and cheeses for me.
Well, I'm sure it has some tasty veggies too.
Nah, I'll probably get something from the Indian stand. They do a mean spinach curry.
Okay. Well, if you grab us a table, I'll go and get my food. Then I'll hold the fort while you get your curry.
Good idea. Don't start eating without me, though.
I won't, don't worry. I'll get cold food, so there'll be no rush.
Okay, I'll sit down now.
See you in a bit.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we're getting hungry up here. We're actually not getting hungry, but Wilson and Agatha are in our dialogues. That's one of the things. You go shopping, you actually walk around a fair amount. You can get tired and you can get hungry because you might have already spent an hour or two in the store. But don't worry, you won't have to leave the department store. They have things for you. So part 4 is finding food in the food court. That's exactly what we call it, the food court. Usually in the basement, right? Usually the underground part of the the department store, I should say. And the food court's nice because they'll probably have, 6, 10, 20 different little restaurants. You'll go and buy your food there, sit at one of the many tables, and there's lots of choice, right? You can have ramen, you can have Korean food, you can have Thai food, whatever you want. You can probably find something you would like at the food court. So that's where Wilson and Agatha go, to the food court.
Yes, and so Agatha says, do you want to get something from the European deli counter? It's full of delicious meats and cheeses.
Okay.
Yes, and we have this word counter, and counter is just a long kind of slab of table that usually you will see. In this case, we're talking about it at a department store, so you might see a counter at any kind of store where you might have either merchandise, things to buy on top of it, or you might have to bring your items to the counter, and the counter is where they have their cash register to kind of ring you up. You also could have counters in your kitchen. It basically is just a table, but it's not a really, the purpose is not to sit and eat at it. You might prepare your food there, or again, you might pay for things at the counter. And so our example sentence says, there was a long line at the counter, so Carl had to wait a while to buy his food. So in that sentence, it was where you paid. The counter was where you paid. Everybody's lined up to try to wait and pay for their food.
There you go. But this is a problem for Wilson. He says, Agatha, I'm a vegan. So he has a special diet. As a vegan, he eats no animal foods. So mainly fruits and vegetables and, rice, bread, potato, that kind of thing is okay. But anything made with meat, anything also made with milk. So he would also not eat butter, cheese, ice cream, yogurt, anything made from any animal product a vegan would not have. Even if the animal doesn't die, just getting it from an animal, vegans are like, nope, let the cows be free, let the chickens be free, I won't eat their eggs or drink their milk. So he says, there'll be no meats and cheeses for me, and you might be able to find tofu meat at a deli, but probably not.
Yeah.
So not much at the deli for a vegan.
Yes, and Agatha tries to kind of say, well, maybe there's something there, because she says, well, I'm sure it has some tasty veggies too. But again, as a vegan, probably the last place you want to eat is a deli. Even if you're getting the veggies, you're still kind of, usually vegans really do care about this, and they don't even want to support a business that is selling meats and cheeses, so they'll probably choose something else.
That's true. And delis don't usually have like a salad bar or anything like that. They might have a made salad, but it might have cheese in it. So yeah, I think just avoid that. There's plenty other places. So Wilson says, nah, I'll probably get something from the Indian stand. Ah, okay, Indian food would definitely be more friendly for a vegan. They eat a lot of beans and vegetables and curries and things like that. No meat required. He says they do a mean spinach curry. Now, when he talks about a mean spinach, it's not an angry food. No, when someone says it's a mean something, that means it's good, right? I really like it. Oh, that place makes a mean pizza, meaning a really good pizza. I'm recommending it. It is delicious. In this case, it's a mean spinach curry. And spinach is a vegetable. It's a leafy vegetable, kind of like lettuce or cabbage or kongchinsai or something like that. Spinach is usually quite dark green.
Yes.
We can cook it up in many ways, just frying it or boiling it, having it as a side dish with another thing. And it's very healthy. I think what about vitamin D, vitamin E, something like that. But a very healthy vegetable. And yes, often used to make salads or as a healthy vegetable to eat with other things. For example, I try to eat spinach every day because it's so healthy, and I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye, the cartoon character, of course, famous for eating spinach and getting big muscles.
Yes, and Agatha says, okay, well, if you grab us a table, I'll go and get my food. Then I'll hold the fort while you get your curry. So the hold the fort, that phrasing means I'll hold down the fort. Usually you have the word down there. I'll hold down the fort. It just basically means wherever we are sitting, I will save the space. So I will man this area. I will be in charge of this area until you get back. You can use that in all kinds of different ways, like I'll man the fort while you go and get your food, or I'll man the fort while you go grab us some drinks or whatever. I will hold this spot. This will be my spot that I will protect. And then she used the word grab. It said, go grab us something. You go grab your food. Now, obviously, this is not just like grab, because that is the word. Verb grab just means to grab. But when you use it like let's grab a drink before we eat in our example sentence, it means let's just go and get this thing. So you're not going to walk up and just grab somebody's drink out of their hand.
That would be stealing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. It just means we'd like to get something quick before our meal. So grab a drink, grab your food, grab your coat. This kind of idea is all kind of a similar get it quickly, but not necessarily just take it.
Exactly right. Don't do that in the store. Do pay for things.
Yes.
But yeah, it's quick, it's convenient, it'll be fast. I'll be back soon. Good idea, Wilson says. Don't start eating without me, though. So please wait for me to come back. Don't eat your food. I want to enjoy it together with you. So please just be a little patient. And Agatha's got no problem with that.
She says, I won't. Don't worry. I'll get cold food, so there'll be no rush.
Good idea.
Because that is usually the idea. If you have cold food, you're supposed to wait till everybody gets to the table. If you have hot food, you're supposed to start eating.
Yeah, it would be more enjoyable if you do that. And so Wilson says, okay, I'll sit down now. I'll stay here. I'll hold the fort. I'll keep your seat. Make sure no one comes in and takes them. And Agatha says,
see you in a bit.
Okay, so 5 minutes from now, hopefully they'll have grabbed all the things they want and they will be able to enjoy their lunch in the food court. Thanks for joining us, guys. Maybe we'll see you at the department store. Maybe we won't, but take care because we'll see you back here sometime very soon. Until then, bye-bye.
现在 Wilson 和 Agatha 来到美食街找吃的，那么 food court 就是指美食街。Agatha 问 Wilson 想要买欧洲熟食柜台的东西吗？那边有很多美味的肉类和起司，但是 Wilson 他吃全素，他不吃肉不吃起司，他可能会去印度摊位买一点东西。他说他们的菠菜咖喱超好吃的。那么 Wilson 他用到 mean 这个形容词 M-E-A-N， mean 在这边是当美语的口语用法来描述出色的、很好的。好，那单字 counter 它表示柜台。Sam 老师在解释单字时用到 slab 这个字 S-L-A-B， slab 可以指板，像是石板啊、木板、金属板等等，就是指板或是片的意思。那么还有提到 merchandise。 merchandise merchandise 表示商品。好，下一个单字是 spinach， 就是指菠菜。那也补充一下文中的 deli， 它是指熟食店。vegan 则是指全素的主义者，全素主义者也就是不吃啊，或者是不食用任何动物产品。Agatha 就提议 Wilson 先找一张桌子来占位子，他先去买他要吃的。那接着 Wilson 去拿咖喱的时候，再换他来顾座位。好，我们补充一下 hold the fort 或者是 hold down the fort， 它是指暂时负责代管或是替人照料，这通常是用来表示在他人离开时暂时负责或是代管某个地方，直到负责的人回来。那另外一个单字 grab 当动词，它可以指快速的拿取或者是抓住的意思。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
After leaving the footwear section, Wilson and Agatha discover a sale.
Hey, look! There's up to 70% off winter clothing.
Yeah. Coats and sweaters are usually on sale around this time of year. Everyone's looking ahead to the summer.
Well, I think we should take advantage of this. Before we know it, it'll be cold again, and we'll be wishing we had bought something.
Good point. Hey, I like that sweater. It's pretty cool.
I agree. Maybe you've got a better eye for fashion than I thought.
How much is it?
It's a bargain. I'm gonna try it on.
Wilson and Agatha go to the food court.
Do you want to get something from the European deli counter? It's full of delicious meats and cheeses.
Agatha, I'm a vegan. There'll be no meats and cheeses for me.
Well, I'm sure it has some tasty veggies too.
Nah, I'll probably get something from the Indian stand. They do a mean spinach curry.
Okay. Well, if you grab us a table, I'll go and get my food. Then I'll hold the fort while you get your curry.
Good idea. Don't start eating without me, though.
I won't, don't worry. I'll get cold food, so there'll be no rush.
Okay, I'll sit down now.
See you in a bit. Hey, it's KiWi on the street.
I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
Winnie, guess what? Yesterday, I wanted a cookie, so I tried to reach for the cookie jar, but I couldn't get it because it was so high up. I just couldn't reach it.
You're saying the cookie jar was like poor, it had no money or something?
What? No, I tried to grab it because it was high, so I tried to reach it.
Kiki, you mean reach, not rich. Those are two different words.
Oh, that's right. Looks like it's time to work on some pronunciation. It's time to work on some pronunciations. Okay, please read this sentence for me.
I like to play soccer.
Very nice.
I like to play soccer.
I like to play soccer.
I like to play soccer.
Oh, very
good
nice.
job. How about this?
Draw a circle on the paper.
Draw a circle on the paper. Draw a circle on the paper.
Very good. Draw a circle on the paper. Last one.
We have oceans of time.
We have oceans of the time.
We have oceans of time.
Very good. What did we learn today? Today we're going to work on some pronunciations. These are the different ways we can pronounce the letter C. Our first one is I like to play soccer. So we see the double C, which lets us know that it makes a K sound. I like to play soccer. Next, we have draw a circle on the paper. So we see circle has a C at the beginning, but instead of a K sound, we have a S sound, like the letter S, like a snake. Draw a circle on the paper. Last but not least, we have oceans of time. So where the C is, we're going to add an SH. So ocean. We have oceans of time. That's all we have for today. Kiwi later.